saying, "Oh, I gotta go back, can't really do anything." And GLuck, they had a good strategy, but in terms of team fight, those kind of mechanical individual decisions, Gen.G just had it in their hands.
And that's what's so scary about Gen.G. If it's not their macro strategy drafting or any of those characteristics that gives them the win, it's going to be just them being individually badass. So it's not looking great for GLuck, but they did look better. So we'll see how they do on our third map in the series. It is Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Third game. Didn't really get to check. Was it? I guess it was Gen.G picking the map.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh yes, because GLuck
gets first pick. Yeah.
Tracer ban, a throwaway ban, leaving Hanzo and Genji open.
So I guess they will get one of them, taking the Genji from Gen.G, who will probably just grab Hanzo, but realize they don't need to do that quite yet. The Phoenix has been working great for GLuck, so glad to see that taken away if you're a Gen.G fan, but early pick Malfurion, no surprises there. What are GLuck going to want to do with the Genji? They could go for something like Abathur, they could mix in a little bit of extra DPS support. What do you expect, GClef?
I think Genji's really happy to take Phoenix over Genji. Because Phoenix on this map, and you often forget how much siege power that Phoenix actually has in the early game with Q and basic attacks, and having explosive with the first level 1 talent as well. Brings the wave clear, which fits the map. If you lose wave clear on this map, you will lose the rotation, start losing your chance to actually turn in those gems. Small macros in this game can actually lose your team the web weaver summon. The first one and the second one, it could just continue forever. So that's why they grab Phoenix. They're happy about that.
Now, what's up with the Karazim ban? I think that's the first Karazim that I've seen banned in a while. So, is it really that important to keep specifically that support out of GLuck's hands?
Not too much, but I think they're really thinking about the 7-sided, connecting with some isolation, the peel that could connect from Irel. You can isolate few targets and then bring down the percent damage that Genji gets the resets. That's what they're thinking.
One of the stranger ban phases that we've seen, but I want to see what this limits from Gen.G, because they have such a wide pool of heroes that they can draw from. They haven't really given away or telegraphed their strategy like GLuck did in Game 1 with that Sergeant Hammer, so there's nothing that can be too punishing. And for Gen.G, they've just kind of played the same solid strategies over and over again. But this time they will be going with the Jaina.
Having some more burst DPS. Even banning Garrosh when they already picked up Johanna. So just to get onto the Muradin, he's been playing Muradin and Johanna only basically for his 8th game into phase 2 now. He's not really showing too much of his pull. Not that he can't play other heroes, he doesn't even need to.
I mean, you don't have to have a wide hero pool if you can just play either meta heroes or heroes that fill basically, or check all the boxes that you need them to. So
it's also because he has a lot of trust in his backline the damage. As long as he harass the opponent and sustain in the front, he has trust that his backline is going to take care of lots of heroes that could come in from the opponent's side. I think that's his line of thinking. With so many Muradins and Johanna, look, what are they going to finish up with?
Oh, and hey, they finally get the Sergeant Hammer. So we saw that denied in game number 1, and now they're going to go right back to it and see if this time they can make their original strategy work.
Not too bad against Jaina. And I was slightly thinking maybe a double support, but you're just going to go for his old lyric. And after playing game 2, oh, I might as well die and get the trait value and come back into life very soon. And brings that Leoric. It's not really too common for Kyoja to play that hero, but it is Spider. You do need that wave clear extra.
That is true. A lot of extra there. I don't see too much Leoric out there. I think I saw him being played in HGC EU yesterday, or I guess last night for us. But glad to see him coming out here for Gen.G. A different take on this, but my eyes are going to be on GLuck. This is kind of a version of the lineup that they wanted in game number 1, but had it denied. So now we get a chance to watch and see if they can actually fulfill the comp that they originally wanted to go for, and if this will be their opportunity to come back in the series and stop yet another HGC Korea 3-0. This is how our viewers feel sometimes.
Welcome to Tomb of the Spider Queen, boys.
전투 시작까지 10초 남았다.
Lots of zombies here.
Indeed there are. Alright, there's also teams here and players that we get a chance to talk about. One of the great privileges of casting HGC Korea. So many amazing players and plays. So see if we get a few more of them. Kerosene was banned, so we don't get a chance to see a repeat of game 1 where Sake just goes off in the first seconds of the game, but still going to see a little bit of action in the middle. We do have Leoric up top, Sergeant Hammer down bottom, and that's the pick that I really want to focus on.
I want to focus on GLuck's team composition a little bit more. Pretend maybe they will be lacking the burst damage because without the BFG, I think they have to fight a little sustained for Genji to actually dive in to get a kill. But if they lose in lane this much, and if they're pressured against the lane that has a Sergeant Hammer, which you have to be really pushing with another hero to do the siege damage. That's the early game, what you want to get experience out of. Focus on one lane, make sure you're actually sustaining in the other. Not really getting caught by the rotation of Gen.G. To get an early lead into the structure, that's how you should be working with Sergeant Hammer comp in this map. But GLuck so far doing okay. You can see the damage done to the tower already at the bottom.
Yeah, Hammer, a lot of siege damage done early. So hopefully can keep that up. This time though, they do have Phoenix down there to try to push that lane and make it a little bit harder to just siege up and take down those early walls.
But the problem is that Moradin can always toss it. If you're stunned, likely that you will just receive the follow-up damage, and if Jaina's there as well, you're likely to be going down in the next few seconds. You do have to be careful a little bit. You don't really see, for them, they're not catching Jaina because she's staying the camp this entire time. They haven't really noticed until now where she was. They were really not pressuring in because they had no idea where Jaina was this whole time. So they're looking to get the kill onto
forward.
Tiz.
Yeah, they will be able to get it. The Swift Strike in, and actually Rhaegar there with the last hit. But wow, a great move to take Tist out. And I mean, he really kind of overextended trying to get in there onto the Sergeant Hammer. I thought it was going to look a little bit dicey, but just boosts away, and then it's Tist that winds up going down for the first kill of the game. Okay, now Sergeant Hammer pretty dead, or not, no way! Overlord makes it out, but for how long? Yeah, reset's coming for him. Gonna try to get a little bit of last ditch damage there. KCB going in for what could be the trade here, and will find the follow-up damage. So at least making that a 1-for-1. KCB should be okay right here. Rich will blink in, transform the heal, and we'll make it out just barely.
Rich warp on cooldown, coming back soon I believe, but even if you warp, I don't think he's gonna survive.
I feel a little bit about like using that pigeon meme. Is this a advantage for GLuck? Is this what that looks like? I don't know. I mean, they're not afraid by any means. They're totally willing to get in there and make this one of those scrappy games. And at least in game 2, when it got scrappy, they were the ones that were most comfortable with that.
Strategy has been bait rich, and it certainly has been working ever since game 1.
I mean, Tisk kind of got baited in there when he tried to, Stormbolt Sergeant Hammer in that last fight and wind up getting taken out.
Yeah,
so.
that Sergeant Hammer really started from Sergeant Hammer just thinking that, oh, did he actually give up? Is he going to die at that spot? He doesn't really want to move.
All planned, and now Kyocha, okay, this time it's not the Yrel getting picked on. It's getting picked on by Yrel. Forced to shade out of there. What? Hello? Please respond. That is a Genji trade for Phoenix. Okay, I guess that's one way to play it, but still kind of surprising deaths in kind of seemingly random locations. Tis now going forward, protected by the way. Johanna okay. We'll make that rotation up to the mid lane.
That's not too bad. I mean, Gen.G, that does happen to Genji, but at least he got a trading kill. Better than just having Genji look for a kill, he does not find a kill, gets stuck over the wall and dies.
Like in all
That's
of my
the
Hero League
usual
games.
Genji that we know of, but at least it gets a trading kill, so it's not too bad.
At least. Okay. Optimus GLuck over here, trying to make it look good. Keeping an eye on Missing, just getting poked out by Tis there. And turn in very narrowly capable for Gen.G. They're just a few gems off, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
AC being really aggressive, gets stonebolt and gone with the hammer. Oh, with the help of Jaina as well, getting the kill at the end.
Yep, buzzed by Tis, and now trying to get that last little bit of damage on Rockstar, just pushing him back before looking for their final turn-in that they need. Kyocha gonna go for it. Asgard will not stop him in time.
First turn in, and GLuck really needed that to get to 10 first and maybe blow a few more.
Not enough though. Tis really kind of the architect of GLuck's demise here. Over and over again. So he did look a little shaky going down there, trying to pick Sergeant Hammer earlier on, but I think he's made up for that.
Quite scary, knowing that even if you know the rotation, and they're looking to punish Phoenix if he oversteps. You see the position of Genji.
Asgard
Trying to help and get a kill up to reset. I think it's possible.
He goes in for it and gets the trade. So I guess
I don't think Asgard had to.
I don't think he did either.
But
he didn't want to die for free. So wow, that's a lot.
He does use the Swift Strike, but he goes down to the basic attack.
That's a lot of gems lost as well.
So losing more for what they shouldn't have lost too much for.
And now it's a 2-level disadvantage after a big team fight loss. Gives heroics over to everyone, and I mean this is going to be a big disadvantage.
And it was actually during the time of the first summons of Web Weavers. You don't really see 3/4 go down from the first set of Web Weavers, but this is because they lost so many heroes. Along with that, Kyocha has been just solo laning alone on top, with Sergeant Hammer on the bottom, which has not been pushing as much. So Gen.G just winning all trades.
No Dragon Blade. It is going to be the X Strike here for Genji. You'll see if Maizen can put that down. Planet Cracker!
Not doing anything.
No.
Was buffed in this patch though. There's Ancestral.
Buffed, by the way. Rockstar will go down here as the first casualty. Not having a take for this fight is just going to lead it from bad to worse. Asgard tried to jump away there, and I guess is going to escape the Avenging Wrath, which ironically will not avenge anything, not even his own death.
So what GLuck tried to do is, because they have X Strike, BSG, and not Bloodlust this time, as they can't really get too much value, as they don't have Phoenix or the other heroes that they had in Game 2. So they do have the Ancestral, but when you're using the Defender and the Ancestral together on the Rel, you know how bad things are turning out. Gen.G, they just made a set for themselves here as they're getting to the boss. They're snowballing everything to themselves as GLuck, they dropped too many gems.
Yep, they did lose 20, 30, something huge, especially Genji, I think had at least 15 or so. So lost those after that last fight, and that just keeps putting them further and further behind. Another big turn-in capable of getting the second wave of Web Weavers after, I think, just another wave or so. So, I mean, this is just going to keep snowballing for Gen.G. A lot of times you'll see a team like lose a fight and you're like, whoa, wow, that gives the other team a huge advantage. But it's not really the kills that you get, it's what you do with them. Whether it's turn-ins, whether it's bosses, and Gen.G get both.
Just like money, if you have $2 million, oh, good for you, but if you're not using it to yourself,
yeah, money in the mattress doesn't benefit anyone. Asgard barely able to stay alive, but I mean, for how long and at what cost, right? Going in for Overlord! Planet Cracker coming through. Rich using the buffed ability and making it look good. And the rest of Gen.G, I think, are just going to pile in after.
That was a perfect placement.
Yeah.
He was trapped with his own wall with the Entomb. He can't escape, but there's no way.
Yeah, you can really see the synergy there. I like it. It looks good. Almost like that Dragon Arrow Planet Cracker we got a chance to see yesterday from Supernova. Or Feliz, I think it was. That looks pretty sick. But this is version 2 of it. also making it look good.